Alright guys, so we're paver sealing today on a brick paver driveway. I just went ahead and put sand down. You're going to see in the time-lapse video of the paver sealing and the sanding. So what I did was poured lines of sand and then I wet sanded so I don't have to wait for it to dry, and I also feel like it knocks it all the way to the bottom of the joint. And then when I put the cobble lock sealer on there, it locks that sand in and makes it hard, so it's going to prevent weeds. You can't really go too high on the joints with the sand, because what happens is the more sand that's in there, as the bricks shift, it'll break and crack. So I like to keep it low, nice and tight, and then lock it in. It just does better with weeds, and I think it looks better and nice and even overall. So check out the time lapse. Hope you enjoy. We pressure wash it. It's very important to make sure the surface, or if you're doing a driveway or the back patio, whatever you're sealing, make sure that surface is completely clean. If there's any grease, degrease it. If there's any rust or iron or efflorescence, make sure you hit that with an acid. Get yourself a professional soap. Go to a power wash store. You can use F9, but if you have a local shop, anywhere you get your paver sealer will sell like an efflorescence removal or a rust or a prep, they call it. And then if you have a degreaser, make sure you get any oil stains, surface clean, sand it, let it dry, and then go ahead with your sealer. So enjoy the video. The reason why I do wet sanding is because it falls more into the joint. Anytime I've ever done dry sanding with a broom and blower, it just never gets into the joint all the way. It also leaves air pockets. When I wet sand, it's better because I can go ahead and I can start sanding as soon as I'm done cleaning, because you're wet sanding, you don't have to wait for it to dry. And then also, in my experience, it also helps even it out, and it also helps it get further down to the joint, which when you put the cobble lock on, it'll lock it in down there, which will help prevent weeds and anthills and mildew growing in the cracks. So that's why I like wet sanding. I use my ball valve, and I put a 3/8 quick connect bush down to a 1/4 inch quick connect, so I can go ahead and just put my tip right on the ball valve. You'll see in the video, and it is a 1560 tip, so 60 orifice with 15 degrees. I use my 8 gallon per minute machine, and I crack the ball valve just a little bit so it doesn't have as much flow. I mean, whatever's comfortable for you, but I crack it a little bit. So you'll see in the video. So you take part A, which is the bucket looks like it's actually a 6 gallon bucket. It's nice and tall. It's a little taller than a 5 gallon. So there's 4 gallons of part A, and then the little can inside this bucket, it's in its own separate can, is part B. You mix that all together, makes 5 gallons, and then you take that and you put it 1-to-1. So then it makes 10 gallons of mixture. So again, part A is 4 gallons. You take this small can, which is part B, mix it into part A, mix it all together really well, and then you take that and add it with water 1-to-1, and that's your final product. That's what you spray. Once everything's mixed, you only have a window, I think, of 3-4 hours before it's no good. So when you mix it, you have to use it. So take that into consideration.
Get
There it is, the dummy proof. But hey, these stakes you get at Home Depot, they have the wooden ones which I was getting, but these are like plastic and they're bendy, and you can kind of, they go in really nice. They're nice and they're thick enough, but they're only like $1.50 a piece. Buy a bunch of them and some tape, stake them in the ground, and then you got prevent people from driving in, and then also people walking across the sidewalk. Just really helps make a difference. But yeah, there it is, looking nice and sheeny. Beautiful.